everyone, welcome to another exciting episode of the ATN Craft Show with Selgis. I'm your host and my name is Selgis, and today we have two amazing guests with us who are paving waves in their respective fields. Joining us are Val Okafor, a passionate youth development professional dedicated to empowering the next generation, and Peace Ikechi, a talented fashion designer known for her innovative design. Get ready to be inspired by their story and get into the insight of their craft. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. So if you really want to go higher in what you're doing, you need to seek out for mentorship, and then you need to network with other people, collaborate with other brands, network with people, tell them about what you do, and then you never can tell where the lifting is going to come from. Thank you very much, Mr. Val. Really, really amazing. I remember when I started my crafts, I'm into fashion as well.
Yes.
So when I started my crafts, the first time I wanted to create a school bag. I didn't know how to create this school bag. So what I did, I started thinking outside the box, and then I didn't have this sewing machine. So what I had was this sewing machine that doesn't have legs. Yes, because I was still a student back then in school. So, and I didn't have the money to buy the main sewing machine. So I bought it from someone that actually wanted to sell. So I just asked the person, how can I fix my thread in this? So the person just showed me how to fix my thread, and then that was how. So I thought of creating a school bag, but I didn't know how to create the school bag. So I looked at the school bag that someone has created. So I began to think outside the box, and then before I knew it, ideas started streaming to my mind on how to create the school bag. And then as at then, I could remember I was having just 2,500 naira on me. So I risked this money, went to the market, and I bought stuffs for this school bag. And then my first trial, I didn't really get it perfectly, but I didn't give up. So I tried it again, and I got it perfectly. And then the second school bag I did, I think I innovated the map of Africa and the map of Nigeria, a map of River State school bag. So this creative ability has been given to us by God, so it's in us. So we just need to develop it. It's there. You just need to think outside the box if you really want to go far in whatever you're doing. I'm here today because I took up a challenge. ATM would not call me to come and feature myself on this station if I have not presented myself qualified in what I'm doing. So you just need to believe in yourself, believe in your craft, and be creative about what you're doing. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, I've had the privilege of mentoring a lot of people. But I'll share just one, which happened recently. So in 2020, we were at the heat of COVID. So everybody was at home. I got a message from this young lady who wanted to do something with her life. I used to preach the message of volunteering on my social media handle, especially on Facebook. So she must have read about it, and so she came inbox on WhatsApp to ask me what she could do with her time. And then I asked her, so what are you into? She said, oh, she's a medical health practitioner. She wants to do this and that. I said, okay, locate a primary health care center in your community and go there, volunteer. Don't ask for a penny, right? And then she started volunteering, offering her services for free. She was learning new skills, learning how to collaborate and work with teams and people. To cut a long story short, she enrolled for one of my trainings and developed leadership capacity. Then she started leading a small group within her community called Global Shapers Group. Guess what? Recently, she sent me a message that, Mr. Val, I've just been selected by Global Shapers to attend the Global Shapers Conference in Geneva, Switzerland. Fully funded. And this was pioneered by the World Economic Forum. So priority boarding for everybody coming on that trip. And we had a meeting. I was super excited. I was like, whoa. 2020, you were asking what can I do. 2024, you're representing Africa on a global platform.
Wow.
You know, so it's so interesting how that human beings can transform when they realize their potential and deploy it. So that's the case of Miss Ifunanya, you know, doing amazingly well.
Wow.
There's a lot of them, but this particular one just is so inspiring.
Wow, I'm very, very inspired right now. So it's not just about you being good in your craft, but you can use what you do to lift up others.
Absolutely.
Yes, your story can inspire someone to start up something productive and be useful to themselves. So it's not all about you just creating your stuff, sell it out there and make money for yourself. The main purpose is to be an impact, positive impact to the world.
Yeah.
So in whatever you're doing, make sure that you're impacting the world positively. Thank you very much. So
what interests me, or what has considered my interest this season in fashion, is using technology to make the work easier.
exactly.
Right, so the garment production process is really cumbersome. So from pattern drafting to cutting to ironing to stitching to finishing, it's a lot. So there has to be a way to manage the process so it becomes easier, and technology has come to make pattern drafting, which is like, I can say, the most tedious aspect, right? Has made it easier. So you can just use your computer system using an application. You can use Adobe Illustrator, and I think there's also Sketch, and then you can use this to draft the client's pattern into different sizes. Just print it and then you go ahead and cut. Rather than manually, you know, work with the measurements, and that is very time consuming. So technology has come to transform that process. So in less than 30 minutes, you're done drafting the client's pattern.
Wow, that is really, really amazing. So if you really want to go global in whatever you're doing, you need to integrate technology into whatever you're doing. Yes, you can't just be stereotyped doing the local things. You just need to integrate technology into what you're doing, upgrade your crafts, be current with the latest styles. Thank you very much, please.
Okay, so let me give the benefit of doubt to everybody, every young person watching this show. And I'm going to just give a statistics before I make recommendations. So according to Worldometer is a survey company. In 2022, they carried out a survey on the population of Nigeria. And so they came out with the result that Nigeria has about 229 million people. Now, 70% of that 229 million is 151 million. The number of young people under the age of 30 is equals to 151 million. The number of people or young people under the age of 15 is about 42%. So that's a massive population of young people. The question is, will they be an asset or a body? Every young person listening to me, you are carrying the progress or the success of Nigeria on your shoulders. It's in your hands. If this country will survive or fail, it's in the hands of the young people. So my advice is wake up early and start working on those gifts and talents that you have immediately. Embrace education, right? So that you can contribute to nation building. You can do it. And we have a lot of people who have done it before. So just let me just give a few examples. In the technology industry, we have young people less than 40 years who have employed more than 25,000 staff. I'm talking about Ezra Olubi and Shola Akinlade, who pioneered the establishment of Paystack. Less than 40 years, they employ about 25,000 staff, and they've generated over $9 billion worth of transaction. Young people. You talk about Flutterwave, Yanoluwa Aboyeji, who is under the age of 40. You talk about flying doctors, Ola Orekunri, or is it Life Bank by Temigiwa? Innovation in the health industry, Oka AJ of Thrive Agric, innovation in agriculture. These are all young people doing amazingly well. Talk about innovation in the social enterprise space. What's his name that won the Guinness World Record? Tunde Onakoya. Tunde.
Okay, Tunde. Okay.
He was also a young person, you know. Tunde Onakoya won the record in chess, playing chess. Otto Orandam helps to send children in slum to school, young people, and he has done over 5,000 children, young people. So the destiny of Nigeria lies in the hands of young people. Wake up. Don't think you're too young to contribute. Don't think you're too young to add value wherever you find yourself, in your school, your environment, your family, your nation. Don't wait for what Nigeria will do for you. Think about what you can do for Nigeria, and you have the gift and the talent to start with. So that would be my advice.
Wow.
To everyone.
This is simply amazing. So don't think of what Nigeria would do for you. Think of what you would do for Nigeria. You're not empty, just like Val Okafor said earlier. God created every human being with a unique assignment and unique purpose. So you've been created with a unique assignment. So if you don't take up that line, if you don't build up that thing that God has placed in you, it means that because we are all tied to one another. So if I don't move, that means there are lives that are dependent on me for their lifting. So if I don't move, then I'm keeping them pending. So I need to discover that purpose that God has created me to fulfill. Then I will take it up, then move myself, make sure that I'm good in what I'm doing, because God is an excellent God.
Absolutely.
So he is a person that created everybody, and he expects us to be excellent in whatever we are doing.
True.
So we need to be perfect in what we are doing, and then in doing that, he said he will bless the works of our hands. So in the process of doing your work, God, the lifting is going to come, and then as you grow, you lift up others. So the government can't do everything for us. So as an individual, I have to play my role, and then the other person will play their role. I have to play their. We are here today because ATN is built by someone. It's someone's vision, and then now we are here. Yes, speaking to a broader audience, because someone had a vision and decided to take up this vision. So now, imagine if this person kept this vision dormant, we won't be here today. So I have to play my role as an individual, so that I won't be keeping others that their destiny is tied to me pending.
I would advise fashion designers who are just starting out is that invest in yourself, invest in developing your skill, because this is what is going to help you charge your worth and help you be confident enough to put out your work for people to see. Secondly, I would advise that you impute excellence in whatever it is that you're doing. There are a lot of fashion designers everywhere. Sometimes you might get discouraged. Everybody is becoming a fashion designer, but really not everybody is a fashion designer. There are some people who are just tailors, because they just take maybe a client comes, shows them a style, I want to make this style, you just make it for them. A fashion designer is creative. So you need to go the extra mile to be excellent in what you do. Come up with creative innovations, right? So like I said earlier, everyone is creative. We have that creative ability. So trust in that creative ability in you, and you'll be able to scale. So that's what I have to say to upcoming fashion designers.
So think outside the box, so that they won't price you low. When you know what you can deliver, you'll be very bold to charge people on what you're doing. So thank you very much for staying with us, and that's a wrap for today. episode of the ATM Passion Resurges. A huge thank you to our incredible guests, Val Okafor and Peace, for sharing their expertise and inspiring us all. Remember, creativity knows no bounds, so keep exploring, keep creative, and keep sharing your talents with the world. Until next time, stay creative and stay tuned to ATM Passion Resurges. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.